From Fox 15 and KLAF NBC, News 15 Today starts now.
We start with breaking news overnight out of Ville Platte. A deputy city marshal is dead, another person critically wounded, and a suspect killed in a shootout. Good morning. You are watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Worstel.
And I'm Scott Brassett. Thanks for tuning in to us this morning. The Louisiana State Police, along with a News 15 source, have provided additional details about the situation. The shootings happened in the 100 block of West Beauregard Street near the intersection of Loran and Ville Platte.
Now, the source says law enforcement was attempting to serve a search warrant at the location when gunfire erupted. LSP says a law enforcement officer died at the scene, and at least 2 others were shot and rushed to area hospitals, where one of them also died.
Our source identified the dead as the deputy marshal and the suspect who was being served with the warrant. News 15 has learned the names of those killed, but are withholding the identities until they're officially released.
Reaction from law enforcement around Acadiana, as you can imagine, being posted overnight to social media. The Eunice City Marshal asking for prayers for the, quote, fallen deputy marshal from Ville Platte. The deputy chief of St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office also asking for prayers for the Ville Platte Marshal's office.
Now, this marks the first law enforcement death in the line of duty in Acadiana since 2017. That's when the Lafayette Police Corporal was shot and killed as he responded to a call at a local convenience store. His alleged killer still awaiting trial.
That being said, we do have Al Hebert live from Ville Platte. He is on the scene this morning, and he's going to bring us the latest details. Yeah. Al, anything new you can tell us this morning?
You know, Alex, we really don't have anything new right now. I just had a brief chat with a state police detective. Of course, you know, there's nothing they can release or no more information they want to give. But you can see in the background, you know, there's still a lot of activity out here, a lot of activity outside. People coming and going back and forth inside the house. Again, you know, you have a lot of evidence that needs to be collected. It's got to be done so meticulously. You don't want to miss anything. You don't want to rush anything. And, you know, I can just tell you, you know, it's hard to comprehend how something like this ripples through the law enforcement community, both the guys who still wear the badge and those of us who used to wear the badge. I heard from my old friend Eddie Morvant this morning, which made me feel good. And it's like there's this bond that police officers have that it kind of never goes away. And it's so strange how sad this is, but I've heard from my buddy George Mullick and I heard from Eddie Morvant. This, you know, is really tragic, but it reminds us that we're all kind of one.
All right, Al, you were in law enforcement for 15 years. Walk us through the process. You're there to serve a warrant. What's happening the minute you get out of your vehicle? What's in your mind, and what are you there supposed to do?
Well, you know, I know in my day what we did is try to be very stealthy, approach the door, and then if it's a no-knock warrant, you just, you know, batter the door down, and then you got a couple of guys who enter the room, and you know, hopefully you secure the room and eliminate any threats that might be there. That's very dicey because you just don't know what's there. You don't know if they're armed or not. We always assume they're armed, and you just go in. It's super chaotic, and again, you're confident and cautious all at the same time. But I know, like, for a lot of us, we were just pretty much confident and thought there would be a good outcome. There's not always a good outcome. We hear this all the time, Scott, and it's chaotic and it's high risk. It's always high risk. Even in a small town, it's high risk.
Yeah. Very good, Al Hebert. We appreciate your work, and we'll continue to talk to you in the next few minutes.
Yes, thank you, Al.